comes my ninja art of slashing. The ninja art of super transformation. Shura Stealth Dragon. Kuchikiri Kango.
I was originally writing the script for the NUBATAMA event. I then realized very quickly that it was kind of pointless, so I'm going to try to knock this out real quick. The goal of these What Are You Missing videos is to show you that you don't need to technically pull a playset of both of the new triple rares for the new clan. Sadly, with this event, I don't think that's possible. Similar to you who's watching this, I was also unlucky in that I was only able to pull 3 copies of the Break Ride and then 1 of the Bear. This means my deck looks very similar to this, where I'm playing 4 of the Break Ride, which is Kujikiri Kango. He's the one that allows you to have like this more consistent discarding effect for your opponent. The grade 2s and 3s are just kind of meant to capitalize on the fact that we're binding and discarding. Basically, NUBATAMA currently revolves around its starter. She says once a attack hits that she boosted, you may then Soul Blast 2 and then move a card from bind to drop. This means that the binding you're doing will actually stay as a neg for the opponent. The Soul Blast 2 gets heavy after a while, so we play cards like Fuki that on top of binding also put themselves into soul, giving us resources. The card that we're going to usually be riding onto Kuchikiri Kango is Yozakura Kango. He has a very powerful ability where you have to discard a card, but then your opponent will bind 2 of their cards. He can combo with the starter to be able to bind both those cards. Obviously, that is a lot of soul, so you'll probably just be selecting one of them. His also uses a counterblast, so make sure to always try to use the starter's ability over his. I think most people realize that Kabuki Kango is not a very good unit since he needs to hit the Vanguard to then be able to board wipe. So his board wipe is more of just like a back row board wipe. And it's obviously not a very good board wipe since most of the units will be coming back. If you look at the grade 2 section, you'll probably notice the biggest problem if you are missing Bear, like I've run into, where you have to play so many 10k vanillas just to fill in the grade 2 slot because there's nothing else there. There's just like 11k attackers that have an 8k butt. So then if we move over to what I consider like the stronger of the two, where you are gaining to play Bear, he is NUBATAMA's only way to have any form of aggression. Him giving the deck the ability to deal a 2nd damage a turn. It's very needed to be able to deal 2 damage a turn because every other deck in the game is doing that very easily, if not doing 3 or 4 damage. So the fact that without Bear, this deck does not have that option by themselves to choose that, it is a huge hindrance in the deck without Bear. And look, you obviously have to play a lot of 10k vanillas still, but 10k vanillas in themselves are not bad. It's obviously just bad if you have to play 10 of them. This deck then still runs into the problem of not then getting the advantage of the discarding that the rest of the deck really wants to do. And having to play more of Kabuki Kango really does stink because like I said, he doesn't activate his ability in a way that we want him to. There is Dreadmaster, which can kind of substitute this whole discard a card into your opponent's turn. It is Counterblast 2 though, so it does become quite thick later on. But at least we have some kind of substitution in this deck versus not really having any alternatives to Bear. Obviously, this is kind of the dream build in my mind of 4 Bears and 4 Kuchikiri Kongos. I don't think I'm going to be able to play the deck as is for me. I do have enough to craft 1 triple rare. I recommend to you watching this, if you have enough to only make 1 and you really want to play NUBATAMA, make Bear. Obviously, if you saw the intro, I really like the ninja aesthetic. But if I'm going to be going for the ninja aesthetic in this game, I already have like a basically good amount of playsets for the Murakumo clan. And frankly, the cloning is a lot more fun than the discarding, because the discarding is so like luck based that yes, sometimes it's super fun just to like cheese a PG out of the opponent's hand, if not 2. And also being able to get like an early turn discard so your opponent gets grade stuck is really funny. It's very unlikely, and it kind of feels bad. Imagine if like that was happening to you, which it may have, and you've obviously may have had a bitter taste in your mouth. So I understand why not a lot of people are like dying to play the clan. I am jealous of you if you were able to get a playset of both. So sadly for me, I'm probably going to be climbing a little bit more with some other clans. I'm going to probably have to put NUBATAMA to the side for a minute. which sucks because Kuchikiri Kongo is such a sick looking unit. And the bear is just funny. It's a ninja bear. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to make this quick. If you'd like, support me on Triple Rare. Got a lot of stickers. I'd love to give you some. I'm probably going to be doing some kind of giveaway at the beginning of April in celebration of... I'll keep it a surprise, but just keep an eye out on the Twitter or the Instagram for that giveaway. I never know how to end these. That's all I got.